It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Boom! Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me as always. We're ready to do this thing. Want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, man. Get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams, dog. We got a big show. We got a big show coming up this weekend, man. Reality of Wrestling presents Gold Rush, and it's going down, man. It's a big card. I cannot wait for the weekend, man. And guess what? Reality of Wrestling under construction again. We under construction. Just more bells and whistles. More bells and whistles. Want to make sure everybody come in and say, man, we got more. We got more stuff. More than anything, man. But how you feel, dog? How you feel?
Man, I'm feeling great. This is a great week book for several reasons. One, you want to talk about Reality Wrestling Gold Rush right around the corner this Saturday, Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena. There's still tickets available. What I'm excited about is can we preview just something that's going to happen at this show that's I'm really excited about?
Yeah.
So for the first time ever in any professional wrestling organization, there's going to be a Gold Rush gauntlet. And people in attendance at the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena, you're going to get to say, as you leave that building, I was there for the first ever Gold Rush gauntlet. Because I'm going to tell you, this idea, as soon as it hits the internet and people see the match, it's getting stolen. Everyone's going to do it. They're all going to do it. It's that good of an idea. They're all going to steal our stuff, which is fine. You know what I mean? It's fine. But just make sure you credit who it's from. But the people in attendance that week, they can say, I saw the first one ever. And in this industry book, you can attest to this. It's so difficult to have a first time ever. And we're going to have a first time ever this Saturday. The Gold Rush Gauntlet.
Yeah. Just like the Battle to the Bell. Yeah. A first time ever show.
First time ever.
Put on. And all these shows are going to be signature shows for Reality Wrestling throughout the year. But not just the Gold Rush Gauntlet. We got a hell of a card, man. The women's tag team championships will be on the line. Jada Stone and Maya will be taking on Gigi Ray, as well as Monica Monroe. You don't want to miss out on that matchup right there. As well as NXT star Josh Briggs will be in the house. And from what I've heard, Josh Briggs is going to be making an open challenge to anybody in the locker room that want to step up. And I'm going to tell you right now, Josh Briggs is a big guy. He's about 250 pounds. He's about 6'6" tall. And he ain't no joke. Like a snowball going downhill, bigger, stronger, faster. Be ready, whoever it is. As well as the Reality Wrestling Championship will be on the line when Jay Alexander challenge for the Reality Wrestling Championship, and he's taking on a hell of a man, Zilla Fatu, who stepped up and became the Reality of Wrestling champion. And the thing is, sometimes, man, you got to be in the right place at the right time. And more importantly, preparation is the only luck you're ever going to have. So big ups to Zilla Fatu, as well as, like I say, Jada Stone and My World stepped up. First ever Reality of Wrestling tag team champions in the women's division. That right there is huge. That's huge for us. As well as our new slot on CW starting on Saturday night.
Yep.
As well on the 14th. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. CW 39, just like back in the day with Paul Bosch at 10 p.m. Central. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. And I really love the block that we're going to be a part of with the Wild Superheroes. So because that takes me back to the gorgeous ladies of wrestling back in the day, man. I used to love Nanishka, the ravishing Russian. She was bad, man. So for me, to be a part of something like this history, this is historic for Reality of Wrestling to be a part of something like this. So I'm so proud to be in that spot because Paul Bosch, I can only imagine he's jumping around up in heaven right now saying, man, we back. We back. We about to do it again. I got something special that I want you to see on Saturday night that I just picked up that I actually is getting made right now. So you're gonna say, wow. That's the only thing you're gonna be able to say is wow. Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited, man. Now you just got me even more excited. Also, you speak about the man himself, Zilla Fatu. We want to send a happy birthday to the young man. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday to the champ, Zilla Fatu.
Happy birthday, Zilla. Keep it up, dog. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work, the hard work. Hard work is good work. Oh, yes, man.
And, of course, as you mentioned, to be on a prime time slot on a Saturday evening, with the CW 39, 10 o'clock Central Time. Set your DVRs, but why don't you just stay up and watch it with us? Because now you're going to be able to watch the show with us. We're going to be watching the show at the same time you are. So all the people who, we have one guy who watches the show every single week, Jay Christian Gary, always tweeting about the show. I got to give him a shout out. He's never missed a Saturday as long as we've been on the CW. But now everybody can watch it with us at 10 o'clock right before, you turn it in for the night.
No, I tell you right now, it's going to be live interaction with Reality of Wrestling every Saturday night going forward. You'll be able to, check in and link up with somebody on that Saturday night. So we're going to make that Saturday night almost like a watch party for everybody in the Houston and surrounding area. We really want you guys to tune in, show up because we need a rating, guys. We need a rating. We need to make this thing as big as we possibly can. Wrestling is back on CW. And let's not forget about October 1st when NXT show up on Tuesday night. 4 hours a week on CW 39. Man, just like it used to be back in the day. So I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. We about to show up. And like Brad say, if you're anywhere in the surrounding area of Texas City on Saturday night, tickets still available. Go to realityofwrestling.com and pick your seat out. Do it now because I'm sure those seats are going to go like hotcakes. I'm sure people are going to want to see Josh Briggs come out here and do his thing. Open challenge. Who's going to step up at Reality of Wrestling? That's the question.
And we also know Promise Braxton is going to be in action. We're going to get to see the return of the Pink Dream. Alex Gracia is coming back, as well as just announced for the Reality Wrestling Championship. Zilla Fatu makes his first defense against Jay Alexander. It's.
Look here. Let me tell you something. My phone has been ringing off the hook. Everybody trying to get to Reality of Wrestling. I'm serious. Before we went on there, I just got a phone call from somebody who's definitely on the radar that we got to get locked in. I got a phone call earlier from a buddy of mine who said, man, you got to check this one out right here because you got to get them on. You got to do it, and you got to do it real quick. Just day before yesterday, I got a text message from one of my boys saying, look at this guy right here. We got to get him to Reality of Wrestling. I swear to God. No, seriously. Right hand to God. Right hand to God. I'm serious. That's how hot Reality of Wrestling has been. I literally had to shut my phone down, not even answer a couple of phone calls.
Just put it on the do not disturb. I can't even get in touch with you anymore. I don't know what happened.
I just block them.
You're quick with that block button. You know what I mean? You're real
look here,
quick.
man. Look here, Twitter,
Block,
you say one wrong thing,
block.
you get blocked in a heartbeat. I ain't lying, man. I ain't got time for no negative thoughts or anything like that. So my thing is, keep it popping, keep it moving. Oh yes.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, again, the card this Saturday is full. So I hope, I wish, I pray.
I'm gonna tell you what. The thing is with reality of wrestling, we try to find a spot for everybody.
We do.
We try to figure out how to get you a look more than anything, just because there again, it's so much talent out there that we got to work with. So we got to try to get them on. That's just part of my job. And one thing about reality of wrestling also, guys, television is worth its weight in gold. Okay,
What they say.
If you can get on TV, that's huge. I'm serious. Back in the day, guys would pay to be on television. And I look here, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not trying to sell getting more guys to reality of wrestling, but this was my thing. I worked in the Global Wrestling Federation. I went out there on Friday nights, and we would tape the show. And sometimes I would work 3 times in one night. Did I get paid 3 times? No, I didn't. But I knew I was going to be on television, on ESPN television, 3 times that week. Okay. And I say, man, somebody's going to see me. If I'm as good as I think I am, somebody's going to see me. Somebody's going to call. God rest Sid Vicious's soul. He gave us that phone call at the Global Wrestling Federation on a Friday night and say, man, I'm going to try to get you guys into WCW. And the rest is history. So that's why I say television is worth its weight in gold if you can get on there, if you're talent. Okay. That's the key to that. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. What?
No, check your phone. We'll be back in a minute.
Can you dig it, sucker? And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
Let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Oh, yeah, man. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. And we're talking wrestling, man. We're talking wrestling right now, reality wrestling. It's going down this weekend, guys. Gold Rush, September 14th. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's going to be a big show. But tomorrow I got to get out of here and go to NXT. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to expose the card or anything. But tomorrow night, guys, you do not want to miss NXT. It's going to be a hell of a card. And I'm going to tell you right now, surprises, bells and whistles. Make sure you check it out. That's all I can say. I can't wait to get up in the morning.
Oh man, well I'm excited because I've become a big fan of NXT in the last 3 years or however long you've been doing it is when I started like really paying attention. And to me, I tell everyone this, aside from reality of wrestling, because I'm always going to put the row first, but is the easiest watch of a wrestling television show in all of pro wrestling. Like it's such an easy, quick 2 hours. And it makes it so enjoyable. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hey, also by the way, real quick, just a plug. Do you mind if I get a plug in here real quick?
Go ahead,
Is this Friday morning on the CW? Again, we're always going to be talking about the reality wrestling, and also the United States champion LA Knight will join us on CW this Saturday, talking about SmackDown moving to the USA Network. Now, Book, I want to ask you this, because when you started on SmackDown, it was on UPN. It was on a network similar. UPN eventually became the CW, merged with the WB, I believe, and became the CW. Do you feel a difference between network television, cable television, streaming? Like, do you feel like when you were on SmackDown, did you feel, or Thunder for that matter, did you feel more people would say, oh man, I watched you on Thursday night as opposed to Monday night with cable television? Or was there any perceivable difference?
That was a huge difference. It's just like, for instance, when I was in TNA and we were on Spike. Okay. Right. Spike was a pretty, reputable company. It was pretty big. But I tell you, when I was on Spike, a lot of people thought I had retired. No, I'm serious. But when you own network television, everybody gets a chance to see you. You in everybody's household. All they need is rabbit ears, and they can see you. You know what I mean? If they just got a black and white, they still can. So now, when you working from that perspective, I told all the young guys that's a part of NXT right now to get ready to become major superstars, becoming household names. Now that's what's getting ready to happen to these young guys. So now, I mean, this is bigger than it ever could be for a talent if they're on television today.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask with NXT moving to CW. Do you feel like this is going to raise the profile of all those NXT superstars to another level? Because now, literally, like, I guess what some people don't realize between broadcast television, which is network television, and cable is very different, because broadcast, like the CW, is almost in every household in the United States. I think it's in like 97% of households, as opposed to a cable system, which might be a third of that. So it's going to raise the stock of all those individuals, wouldn't you say?
It's going to raise the stock, as well as it's going to, bring a whole lot more criticism if you're not out there really performing at a certain level with Twitter and all that stuff now, social media. Of course, you're going to be put out there in front of and exposed, to a lot more fans now, but it's going to be a sink or swim mentality. Fans are going to be coming at you from every way, possible now. Being under that bright light, you're gonna have to go out and raise your bar on a weekly basis as well. So it's gonna be a pressure situation, and I love pressure. For me, there again, cream rise to the top. It's about the best guys, the best talent on the roster performing, in those spots. So for me, it's gonna be almost like competition, man. How can I get on the show?
Well, you know what? Just because we were just talking about this, we have a comment. It's not a super chat, but I'm going to read it anyway because it's pertinent to the discussion. Lil Yo says, Book became most popular on UPN. He got a chance to shine. I grew up pretty poor and couldn't watch Raw on cable. SmackDown made kids from the inner city fall in love with wrestling. That's what we're talking about, how you can get this in every household, unlike a cable system. And, some people, when Raw, and I know Raw is going to have a massive audience when it moves to Netflix in January. There's no doubt about that. But not everybody pays $20 a month or $25 a month for Netflix. But everybody, if you have a television set, you can get NXT. I just wonder if the people in NXT, I know the powers that be, but all the talent understand, like, that's a huge shift.
I think in the beginning, I don't think they really understood it. I don't think everybody did. But for me, I knew it immediately. I was like, man, these young guys are really getting ready to, like I say, for me, you know, when I first got on television, like I say, it was a little bit different. It was ESPN. Um, ESPN was just really popping off at that time. They were just getting popular. Wrestling just happened to be, pick up that time slot for 4 days a week. But so many people had ESPN because it was a fresh thing. Having a sports channel that you can watch, throughout, all hours of the day and night, which is something that was really cool. Everybody wanted it. And I tell you, I was working a regular job here in Houston and right over there on 59 at the warehouse. But I got a chance to go to Korea. I was a star there, man. I went to Japan. They was giving me presentos. That means presents on a nightly basis. I went to the Virgin Islands and I was a star. Everybody on the island knew me. And I was like, good God, man, what is going on here? Now these young kids are going to get a chance to experience that tenfold. Everywhere they go, eyes will be on them. So they definitely need to understand that and understand how to prepare for that situation because it's going to come fast and furious. Trust me.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for and y'all's first show is going to be at the Allstate Arena. Is that right? Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, October 1st, man. That's going to kick off here relatively quickly. I'm excited, man. This is a really exciting time for NXT. It's a really exciting time for all the young talent that's a part of this thing, as well as WWE. I mean, this is huge, man. I'm jealous. I'm jealous in so many ways. I wish I could go back in time and be a part of this thing. The thing is, too, I could see myself coming up in the NXT system when I first, got into the business. Man, how great that would have been to actually have that kind of springboard into, the next level. Man, it would have been awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. To just come right into like a network setting would be great, man. But you know what? I think that you talking about the show this week's going to be on fire for NXT. I mean, I can't imagine what's planned for that very first show on CW.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Roxanne Perez, she's gonna have her hands full.
We know that, yeah.
We already know that. We know that's gonna be good. So my thing is, I cannot wait, man. I don't want to, to get ahead of the cart or get ahead of the horse or anything like that. I want to stay on the cart and ride until we get there, and then to see exactly what everything's looking like. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited about what Roxanne Perez has been doing, but now with Julia on the scene, we're going to get a chance to see how good Roxanne Perez really is because, Julia, everybody's talking about it. Everybody's, her name has got there, like you said, way before she did. She's someone that's on everybody's radar. But for me, it's hard for me to, it's really hard for me to put somebody head and shoulders above Roxanne Perez just because of what she's done over this last couple of years in NXT. She's done it so well. And she hasn't been one that's been overexposed or underexposed or anything like that. She's not one that stands out like a sore thumb, but she's just that damn good. Just like the wind, you can feel it, but you can't touch it, but it's there. That's the way Roxanne Perez has been working, man. And I must say it has been a flawless transition what she has done in the WWE. I got to give her big props because I don't think anybody saw this coming.
No, she's made a huge impact, and I think that if you were at the Reality Wrestling, you knew where she was going to go when she got the opportunity. That's all she needed was the opportunity. But with Julia, and I know we're against a break, but have this ever happened to you, like where I remember it was Stand and Deliver, and they brought Julia out, and they put the camera on her, right? And the whole arena popped. And I'm looking around like, okay, obviously I'm supposed to know something about this woman. You know what I mean? I don't know about her, but obviously I'm supposed to know something about her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the aura that she has. So with all the pomp and circumstance that she's brought and all the credibility inside the squared circle that Roxanne Perez brings. I can't wait to see this clash on the first.
Yeah, that's when that stuff happens. That's when you take your phone out. YouTube, Julie matches. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey everyone, it's Brad Gilmore from the Hall of Fame here with the one and only Booker T, the 5-time WCW champion, and we're excited to talk to you about something that's been a game changer for the both of us. That's HelloFresh.
That's right, Brad. HelloFresh makes home cooking easy, fun, and affordable with farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. You can skip those tiring trips to the grocery store and dive straight into cooking delicioso meals, man.
Absolutely, Book. HelloFresh offers over 50 recipes and a ton of market items to choose from every single week. You can say goodbye to meal planning woes and hello to convenience. I've been loving their quick and easy recipes. They're ready in 20 minutes or less, which means I can spend less time in the kitchen and more time enjoying that Texas summer sunshine.
And let me tell you, the fit and wholesome recipes are perfect for keeping you feeling great all summer long. They're balanced packed with fresh produce and under 650 calories per serving. Plus, HelloFresh kids-friendly recipes are picky eater proof. My kids love them.
And here's the best part, BT. If you go to HelloFresh.com/freebooker, that's HelloFresh.com/freebooker right now, you can get one free breakfast item for life, forever, the entire time you're alive. That is HelloFresh.com/freebooker.
America's #1 meal kit. Baby, trust me, you won't regret it. HelloFresh takes the hassle out of meal planning, shopping, and most of the prep. You just choose your meals, select a delivery date, and get cooking, man.
So what are you waiting for? Go to HelloFresh.com/freebooker. That's HelloFresh.com/freebooker for free breakfast for life. HelloFresh.com/freebooker.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I was just watching some Julia matches. trying to stay up, trying to get up on her, man, trying to see exactly what she's bringing to the table. And one thing about those wrestlers in Japan, and they're so different. They really go the extra mile, not just from a in-ring perspective, but from a training perspective. They do things that we don't do over here in the States, and the ladies, they do it just as well. Yeah, I mean, of course, I'll remember Bull Nakano, for one that was famous for being, so hardcore. And Bull was a big girl, but I'm gonna tell you, the smaller girls got that same principle, man. They go out there and they bring it, man. They take it to the next level. It's all about being stiff, taking big shots. Like Mama said, you big enough to pass a lick, you big enough to take one. That's the way the Japanese wrestlers work. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how this thing play out October 1st. Roxanne Perez, my girl, gonna go out there and show up because she's the best. She's truly the best. And I know a lot of people may want to give me flack. They might want to say, man, why does Booker T defend Roxanne Perez so much? Because she's just that damn good, man. That's all.
Only reason, she's just that good. We don't even have to defend somebody when they're, GOAT status in NXT, right? Book, I know people have a bunch of stuff they want to get into about, AEW All In. Of course, there's some other WWE news out there, NXT. But one thing, this did just happen earlier today as we were about to record. The legend James Earl Jones left us and was called home earlier. And James Earl Jones, I don't know about for you, Book, but it's like just such a cultural touchstone for me my entire life. Obviously, the guy who voiced Darth Vader, but did so much more than that. The childhood classic we would always go back to is a movie called The Sandlot. And James Earl Jones had a big part in The Sandlot that I remember always waiting to see when he would show up there at the end. And of course, he was the guy who said, "This is CNN," right? That was his voice on CNN forever. But he's done so much more than that. An absolute icon and legend who lived this life full to the most extent and left a lasting legacy. Also, the voice of Mufasa in The Lion King, in both of them, in the live action and the animated. So, big RIP to James Earl Jones.
Yeah, man. God rest his soul, man. I was always a big James Earl Jones fan. One movie for me was, I'm a big boxing fan, and he played Jack Johnson.
Oh, really? And what movie was that?
Can't remember the name of it right offhand, but it was one of the best movies you're ever going to see. If you ever get a chance, go back and watch it. He plays such a powerful role. He embodied
Great White Hope.
Great White Hope. That is Great White Hope. He embodied Jack Johnson in that movie, man. You got to go back and watch it. It's a great movie. One of the best movies James Earl Jones ever played in. And again, man, God rest his soul, because he was one of the greats. He definitely was truly one of the greats.
Oh yeah, Kai Tonell just put in there. Of course, Coming to America. He was in Coming to America.
Yeah.
As the king, the father of Eddie Murphy. Yeah, man. I've never seen The Great White Hope. I've always heard about it, but never seen it. So now I'm definitely going to make that.
Man, let me tell you, you got to watch it, man. It's one of the best just movies, period. Me, I love boxing, and it was a great boxing movie, but it was a great movie about life and the struggle, how it was back then for a black man.
Yeah. I need to check that one out. I have not seen The Great White Hope. As boxing movies go, you got to, there's some classics, and that one I don't think gets brought up enough. So I got to check that one out. 1971, I think, is when it came out.
Yeah,
1970.
It's a great, like I say, it's a really, really great movie put together very, very well, very, very well, and it's everything that you've heard and read about Jack Johnson, and it's portrayed exactly like what you've read and what you've heard throughout the years.
Well, the thing is with Jack Johnson is, I hadn't seen the movie, but obviously I'm also interested in it because Jack Johnson, was from here. He was Galveston, Texas guy, right? I mean, that's where he was born and bred. So
bad dude, man, bad dude. He probably was the ultimate as far as boxers go. Of course, we give Muhammad Ali that that praise and all, that mantle a lot of times. But I'm gonna tell you right now, there was not a one more special than Jack Johnson.
Yeah,
not one, not a one. He was truly the man, the real boy. That's who that was. I'm serious.
Yeah. I know Jack Johnson. Again, very interesting story. His real life. I know that he went to prison, right, for an alleged crime that he was later pardoned for. Jack Johnson.
In the movie, he didn't go to prison.
Well, not in the movie. I'm talking about later in his life. Later in his life.
Oh, okay. Maybe later in his life.
Because it was Stallone. Stallone. This is what, maybe 7 years ago, it got a posthumous pardon for him. Yeah.
And that was later. That was after his boxing career.
After his boxing career was over. This was like 1930s, maybe.
Well, after his boxing career was over, I could see that because it was amazing when he was active, how much power he really had as the heavyweight champion. To have left the country with the World Heavyweight Championship, to only come back to drop it just because he wanted to get back in the country was one thing, but to to lose it and really not lose it had to be a bittersweet taste for him. But as far as a guy who broke all barriers, a guy who blazed his own trail and set his own rules and came in this world and pretty much went out the way he wanted to at that time was amazing. It really was truly amazing.
Because Jack Johnson, let me see, I'm going to Google him real quick because I believe, he was born, this is a guy who was born in the 1800s. He saw, look, okay, Jack Johnson born in 1878 in Galveston, Texas. 1878.
Yeah.
Think about that. That's 13 years after the end of the Civil War.
No, it's amazing. I can't even tell you. I can't even imagine how he did what he did. I really can't. Like I say, that's a lot of power for a man of color back in the day. It's almost like when I watch your cowboy movies and you see a black guy and he's the sheriff. You know what I'm saying? You go, wait a minute. How did this happen? But you see that every now and then. And that was Jack Johnson, man. He was a guy who really broke those barriers, that was able to go in places that no other black person could go into. He was a guy that could, move and shake in places that no other black man could ever do. So for me, I wonder, what was so special about him and what gave him that confidence back in that day, knowing what could happen to him, knowing that he was just one man against the world. Man, it's very, very, it's like I always say, man, I wish I could just see a slideshow of my grandfather, because he lived from 1889 to 1990. And I just always wondered, how was it? What was it like? How hard was it? How did you deal with it? I always wondered, and wanted to know those things, just because. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it would be a slideshow of jubilation and great sorrow at moments. You know what I mean? Hardships and triumphs.
Yeah.
But to me, from you said 1889, right? To 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Think about that. Your grandfather was born, I mean, just a couple, 2 decades around after the end of the Civil War. We're not even talking about the Civil Rights Act of 1964, in Jim Crow South. This is after the Civil War.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's amazing. It really is. It really is amazing. And and then, like I say, the Jack Johnson story, being a boxer, being one of the only black boxers fighting at that level, being a black man and winning the heavyweight championship, and not just winning it, but defending it, then going home. It amazes me. It amazes me, and I just wonder, where did he get the courage, man? Where did he get the, get all of that strength to actually go through it the way he did? Because I'm sure he was, it was lonely at the top. I'm sure it was. I'm sure he had to think about every time he walked outside, but to still walk outside and not worry about it. Man, it's amazing. Really is truly amazing. But we got some more wrestling talk, man. We just had to step off for a second. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Can you dig it, sucker?
All right, everyone, it's Booker T and Brad Gilmore here, and we've got something exciting for all you sports, comedy, music, and theater fans out there. We're talking about Game Time, the fastest, easiest way to get your hands on tickets to your favorite events.
That's right, Book. We love all those spontaneous, unforgettable moments, and Game Time is here to make them happen. Whether it's a last-minute decision to see a game or a sudden urge to catch a live show, Game Time has got you covered, giving fans access to tickets even at the last minute in over 60 cities across the United States and Canada.
And guys, this ain't about getting in. This is about getting the best seats in the house. With Game Time, you can see images of your seat before you buy it. So no surprises there, guys. You can score tickets swiftly. Skip the line, guys. Just dive straight into the moment.
Absolutely. And listen to this. Game Time guarantees the best prices. Find tickets in the same section and row for less elsewhere. Game Time will give you a credit of 110% of the difference. So there's no reason to wait, Book.
So whether it's the thrill of the game, the laughter of the comedy, the rhythm of the music, or the drama of the theater, guys, don't let the opportunity skip by. Choose Game Time. Grab your tickets and just enjoy the moment.
Live should be spontaneous, Book. So guys, don't miss out. Check out Game Time now on their app or at gametime.co. That's gametime.co.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code BOOKER for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Lowest price. Guarantee. Oh, yes. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man.
What the hell are you looking at?
Oh my God. It was short. Excuse me, a short came up. I was
Okay.
I was flipping through the phone and a short came up. And talking about the election. I'm gonna tell you, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I hate Twitter now.
Duh.
Since Elon Musk took it over. It's become a propaganda network. It just, and the thing is, I don't want to see that kind of stuff all the time. I don't want to open up Twitter. Before, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all. Now, Twitter has just become a talking point about politics. And I'm like, who want to talk about, who really wants to sit around and have to think about that all day now because of Elon Musk taking over Twitter? God, man, it was the worst thing ever, this dude taking over Twitter. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Well, I agree with you in the sense of I definitely don't want to sit around and talk about politics all day. And I don't, and you know, it's funny. And then it's almost like, here we go. This is how we bring it back. It's almost like when WWE only fans talk to AEW only fans, and not only fans the app, but you know what I'm saying? When they talk to one another and trying to convince each other, you know, that one's better than the other. It's never going to work. You know what I mean?
It's not going to work.
Either you like WrestleMania or you like needles being shoved through a guy's cheek. It's one or the other.
Well, like I heard somebody, well, I didn't hear, I was reading it in like one of the comments, and they said, this is why AEW is the alternative to WWE. And I say, okay, no. I said, that's a great way of putting it, right? That's a great way of putting it because, you know, over here, you know, it might be one way. Over here, you might be doing the same thing, but it's done totally different. You know, it's just like, you know, back in the day when, you know, you had WWE, WCW, and then you had ECW, who did it totally different than these two groups. Was it popular to the group that watched it, to the demographic that it was made up of, as far as that people that came to that show? Of course it was, but did it reach the general? Did I want my kids to watch it? It's that kind of stuff. And I think, again, that's why we have to say it is the alternative. It is truly the alternative. But I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm not gonna hate on it or anything like that. I'm not gonna, you know, wake up in the morning, talk about it, and I'm not gonna go to sleep at night talking about it. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. It's just, you know, a part of life that we're living in. And there again, you have the choice to watch it or not.
Absolutely. Now, we had a comment earlier, and this from John JID 999. I can't find it for whatever reason, but I'll paraphrase. And John, if you could resend it, just your actual text, because for some reason it disappeared. But what he said is, what did y'all think of the mess that was All Out last night or the night prior? So I will say I didn't get a chance to watch the entirety of All Out. I got to see two matches, and those two matches were Brian Danielson and Jungle Boy, which they had an excellent match. Jungle Boy's best match of his career by far. And then there was Swerve Strickland, and there was, of course, Adam Page. I almost wanted to call him Ethan Page. Adam Hangman Page. And it was a violent affair, which I did not enjoy as much. Now, I've been pretty consistent, Book, throughout my entire time as a wrestling fan. I don't like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You mentioned ECW a minute ago, and Jerry Lawler used to characterize ECW as extremely crappy wrestling. That was what he characterized it as. Now, I appreciate ECW for what it did and what it was. Was it the style of professional wrestling that I enjoyed? All the blood and gore? No, I didn't like that either. So this is kind of consistent for me. But I will say, watching the violence that was there, and I don't want to sound too harsh when I say this, I was kind of disgusted by it. You know, the last time these two had that death match, there was drinking of blood and stuff like that, and I thought that was over the line. I think stabbing each other in the cheek with a hypodermic needle is over the line. That's just me. I see two guys who are credible, one of which just finished a world championship run in Swerve Strickland, who I'm a big fan of. I think he's great. And I think that kind of stuff is beneath him. Personally. That's just my personal opinion. And I'm sure people are going to disagree with me. You might disagree with me. But to me, that's not what pro wrestling is. To me.
Yeah. Swerve, before I even say anything, hell of a talent.
Incredible.
He's a hell of a talent. The kid's incredible. He can do anything in the middle of that freaking square circle. Extraordinary talent. It's just something that maybe he wants to get off his bucket list, going out and having these kind of matches. Perhaps, one thing about these kind of matches, it's a young man's game. You better get him out the way quick, because I don't see that being a long-term deal where you can continuously go out and do that kind of stuff and get over. Is it my cup of tea? No, it's not. But there again, it's an audience for it. Obviously, a lot of the fans in AEW, they get off to that kind of stuff. And I think when you catering to, your people, you're going to be willing to go out there and do anything. I mean, I think that's what Tony Khan wants in that company, is for these guys to be able to go out there and do things differently than it's been done before. And I said that before. I think AEW is trying to change the landscape of the way fans watch professional wrestling. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like to me. And the reason I said that the first time was the way the tag team division worked, because they didn't have to make traditional tags. They can come in the ring and they can stay in the ring and do like 3 or 4 spots, with the guys, and then before they get it was just a lot of shenanigans that was going on that I just did not understand from a tag team perspective. But was I supposed to understand it? Perhaps not. Was I supposed to understand the 6-sided ring in TNA when I was there? No, I didn't need to, because it was for the young guys. It was for that generation. Is AEW for this generation of what they're trying to cater to? Perhaps, but is it my cup of tea? No. Am I going to let my kids watch somebody get stuck with a needle? And that's not. I don't think I want my kids to see anything as far as hypodermic needles, just because of what I had to see when I was a kid in real life with hypodermic needles. Something that's still embedded in my brain. How many lives that hypodermic needle, how many lives it really, really ruined. You know what I mean? So I look at that from a total different perspective, than perhaps they do. They may think it's cool. It's just something we're doing on television. But if you're a parent, seem like you would think a little bit different. I don't know if Tony Khan got any kids. Maybe he's not thinking that way.
I don't know. I don't think he's married or has children. But nevertheless, to me, look, this isn't about being soft. This isn't about being whatever characterization you want to make it. To me, I think of like longevity. And to me, if you go out there and you get stuck in your cheek with a hypodermic needle, how you topping that? Do you know what I mean? Or next time the fans go out there, what happens? When the Dudleys go out, let's just put it in the Dudleys. When the Dudleys, one of the great tag teams of all time, right? They can do all the stuff. They can have a great match with anybody ever in the history of this business from a tag team perspective. When they go out there, what do all the people want to see?
Tables.
Right? We want tables. You could give them a 5-star classic. They're going to still chant, "We want tables." What's going to happen if they go out there and they're saying, "We want needles"? Yeah, but I mean, this is just what I'm thinking. You threw the missile drop kick out, right? Because you're like, I can't sustain this kind of attack on my body. You threw the Harlem Hangover out.
Quick.
You know what I mean? And quit. Who said, "Give me the needle, brother. I want the needle"? You know what will really get this match to the next level? Give me the needle in the cheek.
I heard they brought out a staple gun in that one also, right?
Start stapling pictures to chests.
Yeah. That's like the old necromancer.
And you know what's funny? At one point, they grab a chair, and the referee's like, "No, don't do the chair." I'm like, "Don't do the chair." He just stapled the other guy. And now he's put a needle through his freaking cheek.
Oh, man, you wonder.
Chair.
Who thought to bring the staple gun or the hypodermic needle to the match? That's the thing.
Well, bro, look, when I get into a fight, that's what I think.
You ever seen
You know what's really going to take this guy out? A needle.
You ever seen the movie The Wrestler? You seen the movie The Wrestler, right? One of the best scenes was when they went to the grocery store and they what do you think about that? You know, those cookie sheet. Boom, let me try it on you. Bang.
Yeah, that'll work. Let's get it.
Throw it in the cart. You know what I mean? It was the dumbest. I was like, this is stupid, right? But this is professional wrestling. It's always been that way, man. We got to take another break, man. Stick around. You're the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Booker T here, and I'm so excited to share something that really has been a game changer lately for me, man. That's Fire. That's right, Fire. Summer might be winding down, but football season is just around the corner. But you don't have to let those summer vibes fade away. Fire has got you covered with the best hemp and cannabis product legally shipped right to your door in all 50 states. As an athlete, recovery is key, and Fire Relief Line is a perfect post-gym relaxation and eases those aches and pains. For years, for me, inside the square circle, they get the organic flower. It's top-notch, baby. Grown without harsh pesticides or chemicals, plus their award-winning THC and THC-free gummies. Premium indoor THCA flower, oh yes, and the soothing topical and calming drops are all made from the highest quality hemp source from the trusted American Farms, man. Oh, yes. Hey, man, I've personally been using Vibe for a while now, and let me tell you, it has made a huge difference, whether it's the calming drops that help me unwind or the premium flower, man, that just hits the spot. Vibe has something for everyone. Trusted by professional athletes and loved by over 500,000 customers. It's a brand that you need to check out. So if you're 21 or over, go to the link in our description and use the code, man, Booker, to get 15% off your order. That's right, 15% off. And remember to tell them Booker T sent you when you check out. Hey, support the show. I'm talking about the Hall of Fame, man. And take your recovery and relaxation to the next level with Via. Check it out right now.
Oh, welcome back inside the hall, man. Where we want to go, man? Where we want to go?
Well, we got a lot of super chats to get to, so I feel like we need to get to our chatters.
You
know what I mean? I don't know what they're going to be talking about today, but we might as well get to them right now. Our first one comes from our guy. Let me find my little sound bank. There it is. Comes from our guy, Cali Toenail.
Brother. Oh, yeah.
Do you think Solo can beat Cody in the steel cage match, especially on a non-PLE, as we don't get to see many title changes on weekly television? Of course, they're going to be doing battle in the season premiere of SmackDown. Do you think this is likely booked that we're going to see Cody drop the strap, brother?
I don't know. I mean, Cody's on a hell of a run. I think Cody's run is going to end when it's time. I don't know if it's time right now from a storytelling perspective. I don't like booking the show or anything like that. I was reading that, Solo is definitely a guy that's highly touted to move up the ladder and do some big things in the WWE. I was reading Jacob, same thing, man. He's highly touted, and they can do some big things with this kid. I don't know if they're going to put the title on him, put the rocket on him, send him straight to him. I don't know. I hate trying to book the show, Callie. That's not my forte. That's Brad's thing.
That's my thing.
That's Brad like booking the show. But can he do it? Of course he can do it. I mean, with the bloodline, flanking him, I think anything's possible.
Anything is possible. It's like you said, especially with the bloodline. Do I see them doing a title change on television because it's the season premiere? If it happened, I would be surprised because I just don't feel like, I'm not saying Solo's not ready to be in that position. He just made event at SummerSlam. Who am I to say? But I just don't think we've gotten all the meat off the Cody Rhodes title run yet. I think there's still a lot left there. And SmackDown isn't, I don't feel like the venue. This upcoming SmackDown isn't the venue to get that one done. But who knows? You know, we could both be wrong. But I will tell you what, you're right about Jacob Fatu. That's the real boy there. And I can't wait to let him see him be let loose on the whole roster. Let's go to our next one, though, Book.
Super chat.
This one comes from Eddie Kane, Maine. Jada Stone is on her way to being the next Diamonds champ. Promise Braxton better watch out. Well, you know, right now, Promise doesn't have that gold around her, but we could see Jada Stone or Promise Braxton, Book, be declared the inaugural first ever Sherry Martel Classic champion at the Sherry Martel Classic coming up at the end of this month.
I'm so excited about that. Of course, Promise Braxton is one of the best right now. She's on her way to becoming a major star in this business. I tell Promise the only problem she's going to have is counting the money, baby. That's it. She's definitely next level. Jada Stone, I tell you, Jada Stone is actually really, really good.
She's damn good.
I mean, she's got talent, and I can't wait for the world to actually get a chance to witness this talent. If they can't be at, the show on Saturday, of course, check us out on YouTube. And we need you guys, man. We're getting close to 800,000 YouTube subscribers right now with 791 on our way to 800. We really need you guys. And if you can't catch the show live and in living color, just check us out on YouTube, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Do it now. Hit the like and the bell, to get all the notifications and all that. I'm getting good at that.
You're remembering to get your stuff in there. Yeah, I appreciate it. Eddie Kane Main has another rogue question. He has a couple of them, so we're going to get to all of them back to back. Eddie Kane Main says, on the last episode of Reality Wrestling, Gaspar looks like he's ready to make Edge Stone crumble real soon. Gaspar. Of course, we got to remember our television audience, a couple weeks behind our live event audience. So, yeah. Edge Stone and Gaspar.
I tell you what, Gaspar, from a poll perspective, if you guys are watching Reality Wrestling, what do you think about Gaspar? Let me know what you think about it. Gaspar, I like Gaspar. I have nothing against Gaspar. He's a guy who's worked really, really hard at Reality Wrestling. Sometimes you make the right choices, sometimes you don't. That's just a part of life. Sometimes you get brought in the house, from out in the cold. It's rainy all the time. You ain't got no dog house. And they say, come on inside. We're gonna let you sleep on the sofa. We're gonna take care of you. We got a nice hot meal for you. Yeah, and the one thing they always say, man, one thing I remember hearing, when I was a kid, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do it. So my thing is this. We're going to see exactly how far Gaspar Hernandez goes. We know what Edge Stone is all about. Edge Stone. That stone don't crumble. Bad dude. 250, 60 pounds, romping, stomping, grave digging, destruction. Bad man. Bad. Everybody, tune into Reality of Wrestling, damn it. I need to support.
Well, we have another one from Eddie Kane, Maine, about Reality of Wrestling. This is his last one he sent in. Just wondering, where has Mysterious Q been? Is he returning soon? And I think Fly Def should be in WWE and give the Street Profits a run for their money. See what I did there?
Yeah.
I added that on there.
Yeah. Mysterious Q, he's no longer with Reality of Wrestling. He's been future endeavored. As far as... Fly Def, those kids, man, they really have been putting in a lot of work. Warren J, I'm going to tell you right now, has been in the gym working his butt off. And I'm going to tell you right now, Warren J made me a believer. I wasn't always a Warren J. I wasn't on the bandwagon. I say, man, this kid's going to have to show me something. I'm going to have to try to bring it out of him the best way I can. I'm going to tell you, I've been hard on Warren. I've been hard on Zach Zilla. I say, man, Zach Zilla, man, you got everything inside that box. I kind of like looked at Warren, with a side eye. But Warren said, nah, man, I'm a player. I really am. You got to give me a shot. You got to just give me the ball and see if I'm going to score with it. And that's what Reality of Wrestling is all about. What's the judge used to when he say, I'm fair, but I'm firm.
Fair, but I'm firm.
You know what I mean? That's the way I am. You know, Mills Lane. Mills Lane, that's who that was. I'm fair, but I'm firm. You know what I mean? Get the work done, you might move up to the next level.
Hey, man. So, yeah.
Street Profit.
Versus Fly Def.
You know what? I like Street Profit. And I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't going to say nothing but Street Profit, these guys, they got what it takes to make it to the next level. But they really need to be tested. They need to be tested. And I think perhaps coming to reality of wrestling, they can be tested the right way. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get Street Profit to reality of wrestling. How about that?
Could we see Street Profit versus Fly Def at reality wrestling?
There it is right there. There it is.
Hey, I'm game. I love that. Hell yeah, I love that. You know, Montez and Angie taking on Fly Brother Ward, Jay and Zach Zilla.
They ain't doing that. They got time.
Why are you so mean? Who made you mean? You know what I mean? Everybody's like, man, Book's such a funny guy. He's a great guy. He mean is what he is. He mean.
What did I do? I didn't say anything.
Mean, man.
I didn't say anything. I said, come on, the schedule just opened up a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
Just mean. You know what I mean? Oh man, you know, but I'm right there with you as far as, you know, we're seeing a different side of Fly Def recently at the reality wrestling, and they're, as far as tag teams go that we've had in our history, they've got to be number one. You know what I mean? As far as longevity, the work, title reigns.
Rushmore. They're
definitely on the Rushmore.
They're number one on the Rushmore. And the thing is, they've grown.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you, Zach. I remember Zach Zilla. He came to fantasy camp. All right. I guess he was like 16 years old. Mm-hmm. And then the next year he came to fantasy camp. And he was a little bit bigger. And I was like, oh, man, I remember this kid, you know what not? He turned 18 years old. He joined reality wrestling. I was like, wow. It was amazing to watch this kid go from fantasy camp two times and then join the school, and he's been a part of our crew, trying to make it to the next level, trying to get that knowledge, trying to understand, you know, what it feels like having that playbook, and you can go to it whenever you need to. And the thing is, I love the journey. I love the journey. Zach Zilla, Warren G, both of those guys, they've had a chance to do some stuff on television, AEW, you know, extra work and stuff like that, WWE extra work. They're going to make it because it's all about, you know, sticking it out. It's all about how much work you put in as far as what you're going to get out of it, as well as, you know, even if you don't make it, that journey is going to be a hell of a journey. You know, the camaraderie, friends, everything is going to be a monster. So, man, stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey everybody, Brad Gilmore here with the one and only Booker T, and today we're not just talking about wrestling, we're talking about something that's changed the game for both of us personally, and that's Mando Whole Body Deodorant.
Yeah, that's right, Brad. You know, the most valuable thing in the world could be that number one draft pick or home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But you know what's second? Time.
Absolutely, Book. And let me tell you, managing body odor, that used to eat up a lot of time. Always worrying about it, especially around midday, but not anymore since we started using Mando.
Yeah, but tell them why, Brad.
Well, Mando isn't like those other deodorants that just mask the odor with heavy fragrances. Mando stops odor at the source. It blocks bacteria on your skin from breaking down sweat, which, by the way, is what really causes that BO.
And it's clinically proven to control that odor for up to 72 hours. Now that's long-lasting, man.
It really frees up so much time since switching to Mando. I've even perfected my half-court shot, believe it or not.
Man, that's awesome. And let me add, I've been using Mando everywhere. Pits, grundles, and even those stinky crevices. We all got. It's aluminum-free, cruelty-free, dye-free, and vegan. Designed by a doctor who knew what was up about body odor, man.
And for our listeners, we got something special. New customers can get $5 off the Mando Starter Pack. That's over 40% off. Just use our code BOOKER at shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com.
Use shopmando.com. Check out their starter pack. Brad and I would not steer you wrong.
With Mando, you're really taking care of your body odor anywhere and everywhere. Give it a try and let us know what you think.
All right, now back to wrestling. But remember, control your body odor anywhere, anytime with Mando, and save big with the promo code Booker at shopmando.com. Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Super chatters, man. What we got, Brad? What we got?
You better get them in. We're rounding up of our show here. Our next one comes from, where is this next one? Oh, Callie Toenail. Who said the debate should take super chats. Real Q&A. He's talking about the presidential debate that's going to be going down
Tomorrow night, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Wouldn't that be interesting if they actually had super chats during the debate? and it was your voice, super chat. Oh, we got a new super chat in here. We got to get to it.
Nah, man. Nah, like I said, I'm highly anticipating this debate, man. It's crazy times we're living in, I must say.
Wild. It's absolutely wild. You know what I mean? But the thing is, not to get political at all, because I'm not going to, but about a debate is it would be nice if a debate was actually a debate. You know what I mean? Like, hey, here's this issue. Let's just say healthcare for argument's sake. What's your plan about it? Okay. Now, what's your plan about it? Okay. Now, what's wrong with his plan? What's wrong with her plan? And actually hear them discuss in context.
I really think they let's not waste too much time on this. But I think the moderators of the debates, they screw it up more than anything because they think it's about them. I'm serious.
I agree.
I really think that's the biggest problem with these debates that goes on today, because they're thinking about their clicks and their views. We've gotten so far into that right now. It's nuts. As far as, back in the day, a referee, was to be unseen. That's when you knew he was doing the job. Now the referee want to be on Twitter. He want to have shows. He want to do this. He want to, He want to be a star. He want to be just as big as wrestlers. Yeah. It's crazy. It's nuts. So we're just living in a crazy, crazy time right now. And a lot of people wake up in the morning and go to sleep on Twitter. They wake up in the morning. It's hello to the world. And then when they go to bed, good night. It's stupid. It's nuts, man. It's nuts.
Well, it's the generation. It's the generation that it is. You know what I mean?
I know it, man. I got a daughter, man, and she's getting caught up into that, that world right now, and it moves fast. It moves very, very quickly, and I never imagined a dream being in a world now where everything is driven through social media. If you're liked, if you're popular, everything. So it's kind of crazy times. It's crazy times.
The first James Bond movie I ever saw in theaters was Die Another Day. And I remember at a certain point in Die Another Day, he's talking to Felix Leiter, but he's talking through it like a television, right? He's on one side and you see Felix on the screen. And I was like, man, that's awesome. Like, that would be so cool to actually have a video phone, and then to think about how far it's come and where, this is everywhere now and you can FaceTime with anybody in the world. And to me, I'm just wondering, like, for you coming up, thinking like going from no cell phones to now there's a supercomputer in your hand. It's got to feel like you really are James Bond.
But no, it felt like when I was James Bond, I had the big phone. It was like a little briefcase. Yeah, it's like a bag. It was awesome, man. Take it out and at the low freaking stuff.
Man, don't get hot about it, Book. I mean,
it had the long card, you know what I mean, on it and everything, And it was really, really cool. In my Z28, I had a car phone in there too, It was so freaking cool, Right? It was just nuts. It was just nuts. But now I see where we are now with
with the iPhone 16 getting ready to come out with the AI on it. Even now, I got the big, the big Galaxy phone, and
It's a big
it's
phone,
got the
man.
it's got the AI on it, and you could just put the camera up to certain things, hit a button, and it'll tell you exactly what it is. It's nuts. It's crazy. Never in a million years I would think I would be living in this world we're living in right now. But I'm still waiting on the on being able to, just go from one place to another without having to be in traffic.
Yeah,
That's what I'm waiting.
teleportation. That's what we're
Yeah,
all waiting on.
that's what I'm waiting on. You know what I mean? Flying cars. You know what I mean? I'm trying to stick around for that.
Look, man, can you imagine how awful it would be if there was really flying cars? Do you know what I mean? Like with the drivers that we have in this city already.
Well, the thing is, everybody ain't gonna have them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Select few.
Exactly. You got to be in a certain tax bracket to get one of them.
I saw this video yesterday. This guy was, and we have more super chats, and I'm gonna get to him, I promise. But saw this video of yesterday, and the guy was like, "Hey, do you know where you buy a Rolls Royce?" He's like, "Because there's not a Rolls Royce dealer down the street." You know what I mean? You don't ever see an advertisement for a Rolls Royce. You never see a Rolls Royce Twitter ad that pops up or Instagram ad. He goes, "Do you know where people normally buy their Rolls Royces?" He goes, "The guys who get invited to see the new Lear jet unveiled." He said, whenever there's a new Lear jet unveiling, right next to it is a setup of all the Rolls Royces. He goes, and then you can go over there and get an invite to be on the list to maybe get invited to purchase a Rolls Royce. That's how you get a Rolls Royce. I was like, well, I ain't getting one ever. That ain't going to happen for me.
Like I'm getting one of those. Yeah.
But to think about stuff like that, the money, man, the money.
I don't even, you know what? I never really thought about it. Yeah.
Right.
What do you buy a car like that? Because I was never in the market.
I never thought about it either. Yeah. I've never seen one for sale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Never passed a dealer.
Man,
right?
Yeah, exactly. I've never seen a Rolls Royce dealer in my life. You know what I mean? Not one time. Yeah. It's a crazy world we're living in. The Hitman, Bret the Hitman Hart has been announced for Monday Night Raw. What do you expect that we see from the Hitman?
Oh man, I saw that. I was wondering myself, just because the Hitman has always had a turbulent relationship. One would say, with the WWE. But the one thing I know about Bret, he loves this business. He loves it. You know what I mean? If you have a chance to actually do it, get that one last chance to do it, or just a chance to do it in general, you're gonna take it if you love the business. That's one thing I can say about Bret Hart. So I'm wondering, what is it going to be? Also, why is Bret Hart on Monday Night Raw? And they've been advertising this thing for quite some time, so it's got to be a big deal.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Bret the Hitman Hart. It's one of the greatest of all time. He could be. You could consider him a Mount Rushmore guy. I could see how somebody would say Bret Hart is in my Mount Rushmore, and I wouldn't have anything to say against it.
That's the beauty of Mount Rushmores. Everybody's could be different,
and everybody's pretty much is. There's no two people are going to have the exact same Mount Rushmore, and there's all kinds of qualifications. By the way, if y'all have a super chat, get it in. Well, let's just take them up to the hour. If that's fine with you, we'll just go a little long and go up to the hour. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, okay. I'll edit this around. But as far as Bret Hart goes, too, the fact that, like, as a wrestling fan, whenever Montreal happened and the whole thing with the screw job happened or whatever, I never thought I'd see Bret Hart in a WWE ring ever again, or just on WWE television. And the fact that he has come back and then kind of left again, he did some stuff at AEW, I believe.
Yeah.
And then now he's back again to the WWE. It just shows you that times may change, but the Hitman is forever. And when I think of Bret the Hitman Hart, I think of the mid-90s on top in the WWF, the new generation era, and him being the best there is, best or was, best ever will be. I actually saw a clip of the comic, Will Sasso. He's a comic. He's a big wrestling fan. And I guess he did something on Nitro one week with Bret Hart, where there was like an angle that they did, but it led to an actual match. And Will Sasso says, I have no training. No one's really smarting me up of what I'm going to do out there. And I go out there with Bret Hart. And here I am on Monday Nitro with Bret Hart. And he goes, and I look at that match, and it looks like Bret Hart is killing me with these punches and these kicks. And he goes, he never even touched me. I'm out there, and he never even touched me, but it looks like he's killing me. And he's like, that's when I learned he's the excellence of execution.
Bret was good, man. Bret knew his stuff. Anybody say otherwise, they don't know this business very well at all. Seriously. That's why when I look at talent, I always look at the small things. Bret had his moves, but it was always the small thing that made me believe in guys like Bret Hart, as well as want to be like a guy like Bret Hart. I literally could see right through all the smoke and pinpoint everything this guy did, what made him the excellence of execution. And I was like, man, I want some of that. That's the kind of guy I want to be like. It's there again, man. It's the intangibles in professional wrestling. It's never going to be the moves. The action is the movements. That's what Bret Hart brought to the table. You want some inside knowledge on that, guys? Go to realityofwrestling.com and sign up. Sign up to your program. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Matt Damon. Obviously, everyone knows Matt Damon.
Yeah, Knobs beat him up.
Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly
Knobs. That's a true story. That's not allegedly.
Knobs actually. Okay, wait, hold on. So I was about to go somewhere else, but we'll get back to the Matt Damon story about Avatar. I've always heard this. They were at some bar where in Boston.
Somewhere, I can't remember where it was.
And Matt Damon happened to be there, and the Nasty Boys and some of the other boys were there. And he and Knobs. What happened? What happened?
Look, I don't know exactly what happened, but my brother was there. Knobs beat up Matt Damon in a bar. And the thing is, they probably didn't know who Matt Damon was. Knobs and Sags, probably didn't know who Matt Damon was. Matt Damon was just a kid back then. He was just getting started. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like he was the same guy that played Django. But that was Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Yes.
Well, they both look kind of alike.
Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Still funny every time.
Every time, man. Man, let's keep it.
We have like two more super chats, and we'll make this a shorter segment. But I do have to show you this because you know who Will Sasso is, right? The comic that I was just talking about. Have you seen his Jesse Ventura impression? It's one of the great things. Just you got to see this because I love Jesse, but this is so funny. Book. Here's Will Sasso's Jesse Ventura.
I'm down in the Baja. I'm not even here most of the time. I have somewhere north of 150 dogs, wild dogs they all answer to me. They all understand that I'm the head honcho, their main hermano. And we get down there. I don't know if you know this, but the Baja, the
I just wanted to play it. He's good. He sounds like him. Doesn't he? Down in the Baja.
If you close your eyes, you would think that was Jesse.
Jesse.
I'm serious. That's how good he is. Seriously.
I have 150 dogs, and they all answer to me.
It sounds just like something he would say, I'm serious.
He would say. Shout out to the governor. The greatest governor in the history of the United States, in my opinion, Jesse the Body Ventura. Okay, couple more here. This is from M Music. Brad beat me to it. Suffocation/numbing an opponent's mouth with a needle. Is AEW doing too much? By the way, Cowboys and Texans did their thing. Texans pulled it out, man. Oh, man, it was close. But we pulled it out.
Cowboys did too, man.
Cowboys did too.
Justice Knob, man. I mean, on a serious note, I don't think it's a place for stuff like that. I mean, everybody's got their cup of tea. But as far as, is it something that I would put on my show? No. Is it something that I would want to be entertaining, going out there? I mean, I don't think sponsors are going to be, flocking and want to be a part of something like that.
No.
I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know what kind of sponsors you're looking for, but I think when we're trying to do TV and move to the next level, I think it's I think it's about trying to create the proper show more than anything. And I'm not saying it can't be violent, because the Attitude Era was, a violent era. It was a lot of, sex, involved, but it was something that I still felt like I could watch. And I'm sure you can make some comparisons to the Attitude Era and say, well, I wouldn't have wanted my kids to watch that. You tell me, perhaps what from the Attitude Era that maybe stained you as a young kid.
Well, I will say, as most kids did, first grade, got in trouble for doing the crotch chop and saying "suck it."
Okay,
that was pretty bad.
Okay, give me some. I mean, as far as something you watched, as far as that was gory, that perhaps you took to school.
I never took it to school, but I do remember seeing Cactus Jack get pedigreed face first on a bed of thumbtacks, and thinking that was a little crazy to see. Now, I will say, as a young man coming of age in the Attitude Era, obviously it was kind of an awesome time in a lot of ways. But I will say this, as crazy as the Attitude Era got and over the line as it got sometimes, I don't remember seeing a needle through the face.
Yeah. That's what I'm just trying to make the comparison. I'm just trying to say I'm sure people. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of people say, well, Book, it was like this in the Attitude Era. They did this, and the thing is, I get it. I understand that also, but I think I don't know. I think we've evolved from doing a lot of things that we even did in the Attitude Era that we wouldn't even do today on television.
Right. Including pretty much getting color as kind of a art form of the old in a lot of ways, and on WWE television, that is.
Perhaps even getting pedigreed on thumbtack.
That would never happen.
Exactly my point. You know what I mean? So I think we've evolved from a lot of that stuff that we saw in the Attitude Era, and now we're seeing it ramped up, even more. So I don't know. Like I say, I don't know. I do know this. It's their era. It's going to be how they leave it, how they remember it. And I think that's the only thing that matters to a lot of these young guys that's doing this today is, their memories and how they did it, the work they put in. So I get that. I understand that 100% as well.
All right, couple more here before we roll out. Callie Tonio says, I got to know y'all's thoughts on Beetlejuice. I thought it was the best remake since Incredibles 2. They actually did the movie justice. I saw Beetlejuice over the weekend. I really enjoyed it. Michael Keaton's the reason. Just like you were talking about with Beverly Hills Cop, how Eddie was still awesome in the new Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton. I mean, he's 74, 75, something like that. And
he still looked the same in that role, too.
He does a phenomenal job.
He still looks the same in that role, so I'll give him a lot of credit. I haven't seen the movie yet. Charmel was actually talking to me about wanting to go check it out this weekend as well, and we checked online for tickets, and it was sold out.
Sold out. It made over 100 million domestically in its opening weekend. Highest September opening, I think, of all time. So congrats to Beetlejuice. Yeah. The Dork Knight says Bret Hart is the GOAT. I agree, well established. Eddie Kane Main says, I can't remember. Did Booker ever face Bret? Of course he did. Of course you faced Bret Hart.
Yeah. In WCW, I got a chance to mix it up with Bret Hart and go back and watch the matches. Actually, we had some really, really good chemistry. Really, really good time working with Bret Hart. Even though I know he just said some words about me just like a week or so ago and say I was pretty stiff on him. What I mean? With that scissor. And the thing is, hey, it ain't ballet. It ain't ballet. So Brad, he come from that Stu Hart's dungeon. He knows how it is, man. He knows,
man. And then our final one comes from Emerson Pendergrass. Awesome name, by the way. Who says, Book, I'll be in Houston for work next week. Are there any tours of Reality of Wrestling?
Next week, just stop by. We'll definitely give you a tour, man. I don't think there's a problem with that. Just say the Hall of Fame sent you, and we'll take care of you.
There you go. Boom. Well, we took care of all the super chatters who were out there in YouTube land.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Like I say, Saturday night, you don't want to miss out. Reality of Wrestling Gold Rush is going down. Zilla Fatu will be defending the Reality of Wrestling Championship, as well as the first ever Gold Rush Gauntlet going to be happening. And I'm sure you guys are going to be excited for the first time, Gold Rush Gauntlet. Brad said Promise Braxton is going to be in the house, will be in action. You do not want to miss Promise Braxton. Josh Briggs, NXT superstar, will be in the house. The Bollywood boys will be making their way into Reality of Wrestling. And as well as the new women's tag team championships will be defended inside the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena. If you're anywhere in the surrounding areas, guys, Houston, Texas City, Galveston, don't miss out. Don't get shut out, because it's going to be on, man. It's going to be on and popping. And guess what? I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. And sometimes you have to rule. Sometimes you have to rule with an iron fist. And that's what's going to happen on Saturday night. Oh, yes, man. I can't wait. As well as tomorrow night, NXT is going down. Big show. Big bells and whistles. Big surprises going down on NXT tomorrow night, guys. Oh, baby. You can say you heard it right here inside the hall. Brad, I know you got something to say before we get out of here.
Hey, no, I just want everybody to come check out Reality Wrestling Gold Rush. And if you're in the Houston, Texas area, make sure you tune in on Saturday night, 10 o'clock, for our debut on CW in prime time, baby.
Man, I can't wait. Paul Bosch, we represent, man. We represent big time CW Channel 39, just like back in the day at 10 o'clock Central Time, just like back in the day, man. This is a beautiful team. This is a beautiful team. I want to thank everybody at Reality Wrestling too, man. All my team, all my staff, all my soldiers, for being able to, stick with this thing. It ain't easy all the time. It ain't fun all the time. And the ones that have stuck with me through thick and thin, I appreciate you guys. It's onward and upward for Reality of Wrestling. We got some big things popping, little things stopping going on in 2024, guys. So just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Sometimes, like I said, it might get bumpy, but it's going to be a hell of a ride when we get there. Hey, I want to thank everybody stepping inside the Hall of Fame, all the super chatters, just everybody, man, for, vibing with us here inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, Brad, for all the heavy lifting. I appreciate you, dog. And like always, man, until next time, peace. We love you, and we out.